I know you have a goal. You want to get your energy back. You want to be well. You want to lose weight again. You want your sleep back. You want your good moods back. You want to feel better after 40. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. One of the missing pieces of your puzzle is a molecule. It is the protein molecule. And it's one of the big three molecules you need to get to your weight loss goals, to get to those wellness goals you have after 40. And you're probably not getting enough of this one. This protein molecule that lets you feel full and energized, you're probably short on it. So, what can you do about it so that you can make it happen? I know you want to get to your goal, you just need a system. Here's my protein system. I'm going to share the three pieces of my protein system that have helped me over the past 2.5 years lose the weight, shrink my measurements, get my good mood back on a daily basis, be able to sleep at night, have hormone balance again, all the wellness pieces of the puzzle that we really want when we say I want to lose weight after 40. The energy back, all of those pieces have come from me consistently following my systems to get in enough protein, carbohydrates, and fats. For protein, that's the trickiest one. That molecule that helps us feel so energized and satisfied, full, like we can stop eating, we're satiated, we're not going to keep wondering, what else could I find to eat around here? And eating things that don't necessarily make us feel well just because we're just not satisfied. The protein molecule does all those jobs for us, so it makes so much sense that we have a few systems in place that let us have enough protein on board. So my three systems involve your refrigerator, your pantry, and your freezer. So let's start with the easiest one where you can just go to Costco and start your solution to weight loss and energy coming back after 40 so that you stop blaming yourself. And remember, we're working smarter, not harder, and get to your goals. You can go to Costco, is my favorite place, or any of your local stores or the internet and get some pantry stable protein to back you up. And it's going to likely be in the form of what I would call a supplement, but there's a few canned items even that we can leverage. So, one of the protein supplements that I use pretty much every other day is something called collagen peptides. And there's been a lot of talk about collagen peptides out there, but we're not even going to talk about how they might or might not help your skin, hair, and nails. We're going to instead talk about how they can be a source of protein to help you get in about 100 grams of protein a day. Most women, when I first start getting to work with them, are only getting in maybe 40, 50 grams of protein a day, and it's just not enough. And you know it because you don't feel satisfied when you eat. You don't feel full. You don't feel like you can stop eating and be satisfied, and you don't have your energy. And these are, you might say, oh, well, is it because I'm stressed or I don't sleep enough? A big piece of the puzzle is you don't have enough protein. So a protein supplement like collagen peptides, which come in a tin and you keep them in your pantry, they're shelf stable. That's a great place to start supplementing your protein intake because it's so easy to use. You just put a dose, a scoop in your coffee or your tea. I love to warm up some plant milk. I use soy milk. Whatever plant milk you like, your almond milk, warm up a little, put a little coffee in and stir in your collagen peptides. And all of a sudden, you have between, depending on the serving size you use, 10 and 20 grams of protein coming in. Oh my gracious. That just puts you so close to your goal of trying to get near 100 for the day. So much closer than you are now. So I'm sure you've also heard of protein powder. Protein powder is a little more involved than what I just described here, isn't it? So this is why I love collagen peptides that contain protein, because they're so fast and easy. And most of us have a cup of coffee or tea in the day, and just adding in this protein, boom, what a great step towards your weight loss, your all of your wellness goals and your energy coming back and feeling satisfied. Have that coffee with your meal, that protein coffee or protein latte, and see what happens. Now, the next pantry stable supplement that I keep around is protein powder. I personally look for a vegan protein powder that's made from plants because I don't drink too much dairy. Most protein powders are made from whey protein, which is dairy. It's from milk. And I then leverage that in making my own protein shakes with a Vitamix, with a blender, with a good strong blender. And I put in my protein powder and my plant milk of choice and my fruits, and I've got a great protein source and it's delicious and I feel full and satisfied and energized. So shop around and see what you notice if you go look at protein powders and let yourself keep one on the shelf and try out a smoothie this week. Add a scoop or two of protein powder to it and see how it goes. See what you notice about how you feel and how easy is it because it just lives in the pantry on the shelf, always waiting for you. But what if you don't want to do powders? Well, there are a few canned proteins that I keep in the pantry. Some are vegan and some are animal sources because protein can come from plants or animals. I keep canned tuna and canned salmon, and we leverage those now and again in our family. We don't eat them every day, unfortunately, because now tuna can have some toxins from what's happened to our oceans. But canned tuna is very shelf stable. It can be very affordable, and it can give you a lot of protein. Again, maybe 20 grams of protein in one serving if you make up some tuna salad. I love tuna with chickpeas. I promise you, if you don't like tuna salad, if you've never tried adding chickpeas, chickpeas have a little protein. Many of us who are vegan or eating more plants, preferring to eat a lot of plants, get protein from chickpeas. So when you have a little tuna fish with some chickpeas in it and make your tuna salad that way, oh my gosh, game changer. It's delicious. So I keep tuna fish, canned salmon, and canned beans in the pantry to supplement my protein intake because most beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, chickpeas, black beans will provide you with a little dose of protein, right in under 10 grams per about a heaping half cup of beans. Isn't that wonderful? And they're just waiting in the pantry. Those are my big pantry go-tos. Now, let's shift gears and talk about what could happen in the freezer that could be protein waiting for you. One of our go-tos in our family are chicken sausages. Now, if you don't eat processed meats, kind of like sausages, I'll give you a few other ideas. But we love these chicken sausages because I can find them at Costco, Trader Joe's, and Whole Foods. And when I look at the ingredients, they're pretty clean. The Whole Foods choices are, there's about 6 different flavors. And when you read the ingredients, you see it's chicken and real food in there giving it flavor, and it has a pork casing. So yes, it's an animal product, but it can give you a great dose of protein. Again, just shy of 20 grams of protein in one sausage, with varying amounts of healthy fats in there as well. And those are so easy to buy when they're on sale. Buy a few packs, bring them on home. I cut them open and I put them in some silicone storage bags so they're not sitting in the plastic in the freezer, and freeze them just right when I get them home. So they're always just waiting in the freezer to turn into a super simple meal. You could simply just cook up the sausages, maybe have them with some eggs and your oatmeal like a breakfast. It's so easy to chop them up and have them with some chickpea pasta. There's those beans again helping us out with our protein. Some chickpea pasta, which again can just be living in the pantry and is a source of protein. It's great carbohydrates, but it's also a great source of about 13 to 15 more grams of protein in that chickpea pasta. So combo your chicken sausages that were living in the freezer. They thaw or warm up super fast just in the pan from frozen. Get them with your chickpea pasta. Saute a few veggies. You just made a delicious dinner that everyone's going to like. I promise you. I have a very sensitive palate 9-year-old who adores chicken sausages. So we always keep those in the freezer. Then we get some frozen fish from Costco. Their fillets are pretty affordable. Fish is a phenomenal source of protein. It's going to give you often, with depending on the kind of fish, really dense amounts of protein with very little fat. Salmon is on the list with a tiny bit more fat. Trout has a bit more fat. They're all very healthy fats. They're so easy to keep in the freezer, and with just a tiny bit of planning ahead, you can get them thawed and cooked up in no time and have your protein set to go, even as a backup meal plan. So if you go look at my freezer right now, you'll definitely see those chicken sausages and some bags of different filleted fish that I've chosen to get at Costco for the price. I also make meals ahead and focus on the protein. And some of those each week go to the refrigerator. So that's our last step, is the refrigerator. And some wind up in the freezer. So let's talk refrigerator, and then I'll tell you about, well, how do I then back them up into the freezer so we kind of are always just out ahead of the protein. So we've talked pantry, we've talked freezer. Now we're talking what to do in your fridge each week. And you sure could make all of your meals on Sunday and have them ready for the week. That's a very big task. So I dial it way back down and I focus just on protein for the week. I say if you only have 10 minutes to prepare some food for the week that will really help you meet your after 40 weight loss goals, get your energy back, it's focus on the protein. And you can do that in a few ways. The most basic way I know is to head out to my grill. If heading outside to your grill sounds like a lot of work for you, get out the biggest pan you have and head to your stovetop and then cook up some protein. You might cook up some chicken breast, chicken thighs, or patties of black beans if you're going vegan, or chickpea burgers if you're going vegan. You might do some turkey burgers or some ground bison burgers, some ground meat, some ground pork burgers. Get those cooked up. Do what you can do in like a half an hour span, maybe while you're already in the kitchen for some other reason, and just get them into the refrigerator in some glass storage containers. They will get eaten. And if they don't, remember what we've got waiting in the freezer, right? Freeze them in whatever freezer container you've got, and there's some backup protein waiting for you in the freezer as well. We do that each week, and it keeps my husband and I eating enough protein to feel our energy and to feel full and satisfied. If you are going to take it to the next level, you might want to get out the Instapot and make an Instapot of chickpeas or some other type of beans. Then you're not buying as many canned beans. That saves you even more money. You can have those then sitting in the fridge to add a little protein to every meal. You can freeze them and portion them out as needed. More protein for every meal, just waiting in your freezer, your refrigerator and freezer. Isn't that powerful? And again, you can do this. You can take just 10 minutes, just pick one thing, get the list out and make the list of what you're going to buy for the pantry in that 10 minutes. Get the list out again and list what you're going to put in the freezer in just those 10 minutes, or go spend those 10 minutes firing up some chicken breasts, chicken thighs, burger patties on the grill, or an Instapot of whatever plant protein is working for you right now. Get it made and put it in the fridge. You're going to feel better. This is the most powerful place to start. Honestly, if what you're trying to address is feeling full enough, feeling satiated, and getting your energy back. And I know for so many women I meet, when they come to me saying, I want food freedom, Amanda, what they really mean is that they want to feel like they're just finished and they enjoy the meal and they're energized and don't need to think about food or be tempted by food or have cravings for food or hunger feelings until it's the next time to eat. That's food freedom. It feels really good. So I'm cheering you on to go think about, what do you want to do first? Is it the pantry stock up with the protein powder or the collagen peptides or some canned salmon or canned tuna, or maybe even your other, maybe some dried meats of choice. If you're a person who eats jerky, there are jerky bars out there. What do you want to get into the pantry that was going to give you protein? Maybe it's roasted chickpeas. Maybe it's some of those canned beans we talked about. Or is it easier for you to think freezer? Are you going to go stock up on some chicken sausages and some fish that's frozen already for you? Or is it more, you got to cook dinner tonight anyway? Maybe you're doing something like I'm doing that is an Instapot meal. And so you would have a few minutes while the Instapot's doing its job to cook up some protein in the biggest pan you have so you can get as much in there at a time as possible, or even on a sheet pan in the oven. Put those chicken breasts and burgers and patties on that sheet pan in the oven and just set it and forget it. And you're going to be out ahead of the protein. You're going to amaze yourself. You can do this. Give it a go. Let me know how it goes. Ask any questions in the comments. If you are thinking, that sounds smart, Amanda, but I'm thinking of this, this, and this that might be in my way. That's why you're here in the Well Woman's community, is to have the support of other women who are already doing this. And they're here in the community. They are. We have some real macro goal hitting experts who are getting amazing results right here in this community. They're here to help you. So come back after the training, see what you decide to implement, ask us questions, let us know what you're trying to do, and we will all wrap around each other and we will get you that protein and we'll get you feeling full and get your energy back and see you changing things for yourself after 40. And last but not least, let me wrap up by saying, as always, each month I have a Faster Way to Fat Loss group so that you can have my daily support and accountability and education and all my resources on purpose, not just in this free group, so that you can get these changes done for yourself. I love this free group. I love this community. It is a powerful place. I also know that with our busy lives, and the work it takes to change our eating habits and our what we think we should do after 40. That work is a little complicated. It works best with you signed up for one of my Fastaway groups where you have committed the time and the energy and the daily check-in to make these changes for yourself, become your new normal. My next group starts Monday, May 3rd, so that's just 2 weeks from now. You can join right now. I will put a link in the comments for you to do that. The advantage to joining right now is that you essentially get support and information before we even start. You are essentially getting more bang for your buck because you get instant access to our app. Our Faster Way to Fat Loss app is phenomenal. It has daily meal guides that will show you how to get the protein. It will give you the recipes. It will tell you how many grams of protein it is. You certainly don't have to follow daily meal guides as a Faster Way client, but they're an amazing resource. They're like me coming every day and saying, well, here's some things you could eat. And I do that for my groups, but we also have our meal guides waiting for you every single day in the app. 3 meals, snacks, snack guides, vegan, and for those of us who eat animal protein. You get that right away when you register, instantly yours. And you get our daily workouts that are all smarter, not harder. So they're written for us women over 40. So we can stop doing all the cardio and start building our strength with strength training and increasing our metabolism, getting our energy back, and balancing our hormones better. So many reasons to sign up now instead of waiting to May 3rd, with the biggest one being you just get more bang for your buck that way. So I'm going to let you go. Have a fantastic Monday. And I look forward to seeing you sharing your questions and maybe even your wins around getting in enough protein by stocking up your pantry, your freezer, and even your refrigerator this week. Have a good one.